talking Legroom and late night. With Evan and Chris and Stephen Colbert's not here, but we wish we didn't reach out to him. We should have. Maybe he wanted to talk to us.
Yeah. I think this is where he'd want to really get some stuff off his chest.
I mean, it's a good place to do it. He could be really honest because we have so few listeners.
Nobody's listening.
Welcome to HowDoWeHuman. It's the podcast you're listening to. And it's the podcast where we overanalyze all the weird and uncomfortable micro moments in life. One of my names is Evan Cox. That's not it. I'm one of your hosts, Evan Cox.
And I'm one of your hosts, Chris Binning, and I know that I said nobody listens to this, but you're listening to it.
That's true.
I said that because nobody's perfect.
Yeah.
And if you're nobody, then you're perfect.
Mm-hmm.
I saved it, Evan.
You did it. And also, Pobody's nerfect. We are talking Legroom. We're talking late night. Late night in the zeitgeist at this very moment. And Chris just went on a big old trip. So, of course, he's got some amazing stories that all can be accumulated into Legroom.
Yeah, that all can be accumulated into a shared episode. Late night.
Before we get into these two fantastic topics, I gotta ask Chris.
Yeah,
how you doing?
I'm doing all right. I was at work the other day.
Love it.
I clock out at 11 p.m.
Classic.
And as we've discussed multiple times, I walk from the time clock to the parking lot. It's just under half a mile. It's like 0.4, I think. And obviously at 11 p.m., there's not a lot of other people out and about at this time.
Fair.
But as I'm walking and getting ready to cross the street, there's somebody else walking towards me. And they say, "Hey, excuse me, where can I get a drink around here?" Mm. Now, I'm not a great person to ask. I don't know where the bars are. I know where one is because it's where some people go after work or have gone for work things. And so I point in the direction, like, hey, it's this way towards the freeway, like right before you get on the freeway.
Yeah.
And she goes, "Oh, no, not like that. Just like a grocery store. I'm simple," is what she says. What are you doing just walking around at 11 p.m.?
It's not
no
okay.
Phone with like Google Maps, and you just asking anyone who passes by, "Where's the nearest grocery store?" Guess what? It's like a mile or more away. But I point her in the opposite direction. You got to go this way, and then you got to turn left on this specific street.
Looney Tune Boulevard.
And I won't say what it was because I don't want to give away my workplace coordinates
over to
too much.
Cement wall with a train tunnel painted on it.
Yeah, and run as fast as you can.
It's like that Harry Potter thing. You just really gotta trust it.
You gotta hit it with speed.
That would be a good, not to interrupt, but that would be if that hasn't been done, like in Space Jam, where you end up crossing out. That's a great, steal the Harry Potter thing, because fuck that. And just go like, yeah, the animated world exists, but the only way to get there is to run full force into this brick wall with a train tunnel painted on it. So few people would make it. I wouldn't make it.
Yeah,
I would not
I
believe.
wouldn't. No, me neither. I send her on her way. I'm like, turn left at this specific street. And then I go and get to my car. And I get to my car and I'm like, that's the wrong street name.
Hate this. I've done this before. Oh no.
And it's not that if she turns on this particular street, it won't take her to the grocery store.
Sure.
It's that this particular street is parallel to the street she's walking down, and it's the other half of the cross street where the grocery store is. So she gets to the grocery store. She will see that street is where the grocery store is.
She'll see that
I just gave her the wrong half of the cross street.
That's a bad feeling.
But it is, it's like, what are you doing out here?
There's a lot on her in this situation. There's a lot
of question marks with this person.
Yeah. No, it's not your fault. It's not.
Thank you.
That situation is never that person's fault. But I've been there. Yeah, when someone just asks for directions, and you're like, "Oh yeah, 100%. I know where that is. Go here, 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 here," and then they're like way too far away, and you go like, "I just sent them somewhere completely different." They're gonna be like, "What the fucking idiot."
Yeah, I mean, we've been watching some seasons of The Amazing Race in here, and sometimes they ask people for directions, and sometimes those people give them bad directions. Like that.
That's a part of it.
That's me. What if she was on The Amazing Race, and The Amazing Race clue was find anywhere you can get a drink?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I don't know. Probably wouldn't have been by herself, though.
No, with no cameras and without her teammate. Yeah, it's unlikely that it was The Amazing Race. Not impossible.
We can't rule it out.
It's very unlikely. They were racing through the northern Los Angeles area at 11 p.m.
Yeah.
Evan.
Yes.
Now it's time to turn the directions back on you. We're honing in on a new direction. Mm-hmm. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing fine. I'm trying to work out in my head a way that there could be a season of The Amazing Race that is just getting across Los Angeles County. You probably couldn't make it a whole season, but I'd like you need certain stipulations, just like you can't drive a car, you can't take the train. This is a bad season.
It's like you can either go on foot or on like the bird scooters, but obviously those have limited territories that they can cross.
Yeah, so. And limited man. It's been so long. Like I don't know. Are bird scooters still a thing out where you are?
I mean, they've never been out in this specific area that I live or work in, but I do think that there are still scooters in some of those other areas.
Just feels like they were such a big part of my life for like a year. I was using them constantly. I haven't seen one in a long time. Anyways, yeah, I'm doing fine. You may as well have given me directions because I ended up at a grocery store.
Whoa.
That was a clunky way to say that. I was at the grocery store yesterday. No, the day before.
Hey, when I talked to this person, it was the day before yesterday. So
it's all coming together. Here's the thing about me. We had talked in a previous, maybe 1 or 2 episodes ago, about our rampant sweet tooth and or just inability to control ourselves around sweets.
Yeah.
Something like that. So Jocelyn had to go somewhere. She's in the process of getting her real ID, which is a process. But we all got to do it.
One I still haven't done.
Hey, you got to I'm finding a lot of people very suddenly having to get that taken care of because they're like, I have to use it like next week. Like, I got mine years ago. Because I was planning? No, because my ID expired. And I'm like, hey, perfect.
There is, if you have to fly and you don't have your real ID, you can still use your passport.
It's true.
And that's what I've been doing.
I should have just not gotten a real ID because I still have no use for this passport of mine that I got the first week of COVID. So anyways, we are flying in September. And by that point, she will need a real ID. So it's been we need somewhere who can get this done in like a couple weeks. And we found a place, but it's a ways away. So I don't know why I'm giving all these details. Basically, she was out of the house for a day.
I was going to say, I can't wait to figure out how this is going to factor into you going to the grocery store.
The whole time I was like, I'm not going to land this. I'm not going to remember what any of this has to do with what what my note says. But I found when I'm home alone, I'm 100% left to my own devices. And it's like, time to figure out dinner. When the two of us are together, I'm like, yeah, I really, I'm try to keep healthy. I've introduced flaxseed into my diet because I'm elderly, apparently.
Yeah.
Left to my own devices, I'm like, I'm going to the store. I'm going to get a DiGiorno's pizza. I'm going to get some sour cream and onion Pringles. And I'm going to see what sort of sweet nonsense I can get up to. I grabbed a bag of cookies, and then my vision was driven towards a new Oreo variant. And by new, I mean, it seems like it's new to everyone except Oreo, because on the bag it says it's back by popular demand.
Okay.
Blueberry pie Oreos.
Okay, interesting.
Is this familiar at all?
No, but Oreo has so many.
They do.
Like different flavors that it wouldn't surprise me to know that they've done something like that. I mean, maybe you'll prove me wrong with this story.
Oh, brother.
Or like Oreo, you already did it.
I know.
You already have the good stuff. You don't have to keep trying to make new flavors.
It's true, but this is what people are buying. I don't know. It did feel like everybody loves Oreos, but it is a constant reason to do what I did. See them on a shelf and go like, wow, I've got to fucking try. I love blueberries and I love pie. I don't know that I've ever had a blueberry pie, but I better get on it. And my first step is blueberry pie Oreos. Let me just say they were amazing. Like,
wow,
so good. But here's what happens, and part of why I say they're new to everybody. By the way, I should have preempted and just said, this is not a good story. I don't know why I'm stretching this out so long. There's really no end. All I'm here to say, I went through line. And when I that's a normal thing to say. I went through line. got to front, pay with money. The cashier. And this is a friendly guy. I go to this store a decent amount. He, I think, recognizes me. He's like, hey, what's up? Like conversational. And he scans these and he goes like, blueberry pie, or where'd you get these? And I'm like, they're on a stand over there. It's like, wow. And then the lady that had checked out before me stopped and turned around and was like, blueberry pie Oreos? Like, I'm glad I didn't walk past that. I'm like, I do not need this much attention on the fact that I'm buying Oreos. But buying
a
pizza.
Spotlight comes down from the ceiling.
A DiGiorno's
cashier
pizza,
gets on the
Pringles
loudspeaker, intercoms. Attention shoppers. Somebody purchased blueberry pie Oreos.
That's what it felt like. I'm like, this is way too fucking much. And so I left. The second I got out the door, I had this like, because again, this guy's friendly. I was like, I should have been fucking party guy in that moment. Cracked open that thing and just been like, who wants to try a blueberry Oreo? Made a bunch of friends. I sometimes have these little fantasies of being a more outgoing person, but that is one that really, for whatever reason, it's haunting me still. I feel like that's 100% something I could have done, and everyone would have loved it. That's all. It hasn't left my mind yet. I wish I'd done that.
Yeah, I I wish you had too. I mean, it is like
I can reenact it and do it again.
Yeah, you may have to go back to the store.
To the same guy.
Just buy them again and say, hey, I've been filled with regret that I didn't do this. I'm haunted by the fact that you and I didn't get to party with some Oreos. Then rip the thing open and be like, "Have at it, brother."
I'm good.
Yeah.
No,
I'm good. I had tried them after you after you were here.
My instinct would be to like go through line. I was gonna say it again. Maybe this is just a thing
going on with you.
I was gonna go through line with the blueberry pie Oreos to the same guy, but just be like, "Hey man, have you ever seen anything like that? You ever seen blueberry pie Oreos?" Like, I remember you. Like, oh no! I've never seen anything like this before. Isn't it crazy?
No, I think you should go through the same line, but with a big fake mustache, so that he knows it's not you; it's a different guy.
I love a fake mustache over my real mustache. It's my favorite.
And then the fake mustache, that can be your party persona. That you can still, Because then if it goes wrong, it's like, hey, this guy with this giant mustache really was strange in the checkout line today. I think also because the other thing is like, sure, the cashier was interested in it, but you're missing that other shopper
it's
too.
True.
So after you're gonna have to go like after you check out line by line, like where the bagger is, and be like, hey, while this guy's bagging your groceries, can I offer you an Oreo? Blueberry pie flavor.
I'll just set up next to the Girl Scouts selling cookies. I'm like, these are free.
These are free. This is just to make me feel good. It doesn't cost you any money, but you do have to be my friend.
You have to be my friend. Yeah. Come through line sometime.
A lot of leg room in that line.
Sometimes you gotta come through line when you're at a movie theater and walk past people, and you pray to God they have enough leg room for you to walk past when it's late at night and you're seeing the Fantastic Four first steps.
Yeah, you excited for Fantastic Four first steps? Are you going to take your first steps into a movie theater to see these Fantastic Four?
I don't know. I hear it is good. I am partially on the side, and this is not at all what we're talking about today. But I
do have something that we're also not talking about related to this.
There's a part of me, and I felt this way about Captain America before they figured out how to make Captain America work. I didn't feel like they did in his first movie, but in the Avengers, I'm like, they did it. This Captain America fucks. That's what I was gonna. I forgot to say this. My party thing. I was just gonna wear a Guy Fawkes mask and call myself Guy Fawkes.
I like it.
I don't get the Fantastic Four. Do I get their importance? They were that fantastic kind of first foray.
Whoa, that's their original government name. The Fantastic Foray.
Fantastic foray into Stan Lee comics, but I don't know. The movie looks good. It looks like it has a semi-serious tone with classic Marvel quips. But I have a hard time with the Fantastic Four is interesting. Fantastic Three of them. And one of them is Stretch Armstrong. And I don't understand. I don't get it. Why is this good? Is it a superpower?
Yeah, I mean, look. You're trashing Mr. Fantastic, but of the four of them,
hey,
I think he's got the powers I would most want.
He has the power of leadership. What are you trying to stretch, creep?
Hey, it's for the greater good. I guess we can very loosely tie this into the half of the episode that's late night.
Yeah.
Because
for the record, the power I would want is to be a rock.
Yeah.
They're good. The Fantastic Four is good. Go on.
I was in the break room last night.
Nice.
And what was on the television, but
I don't know.
A show that I thought was off the air many moons ago. Extra. Familiar with Extra?
Damn.
I believe it. Yeah, it was one of those entertainment shows. I'm pretty sure it was Extra. And it was old what's his face from that tape scandal from. Yeah, thank you.
The tape scandal.
And they're at the premiere of Fantastic Four First Steps.
Okay.
And I wrote down exactly what he said.
Good.
Because I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe how this made its way past copy editors.
Great.
Is the third time the charm? That's the $200 million question at the box office this weekend, and it's one Marvel's asked twice already with the Fantastic Four.
It's not the third time.
It's not. They have not asked this twice before. They have not asked, is the third time the charm twice before. They haven't done that.
But also, this is the fourth time, which is a missed opportunity because it's the Fantastic Fourth time.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that was what they went with.
It's the second time they've asked. Yeah. Hey, maybe we gotta investigate what's the deal with the Fantastic Four. Because like I've said before with Resident Evil, where I'm like, I get the general idea. I get why you would want to try to make a movie out of this. It could be great. But when it doesn't work, and then it doesn't work, and then it doesn't work. What is it? What is this driving force? Like, we've got to make this work. It's like, you can also stop. You could also just never fucking try again. It's fine.
But then the rights will expire and somebody else is going to try.
That is the truth. Damn it.
And what if they figure it out and make a bunch of money?
That'd be so embarrassing.
That'd be so embarrassing. Let's just keep making shit. That's less embarrassing.
Oh, man. You'll love it. You'll love to see it. How's your leg room?
Do you want to talk about late night or do you want to talk about Legroom?
I don't know. One's in the news.
Yeah.
And it's not Legroom.
Yeah.
I don't know. God, I feel like we gotta tease the late night talk. Do we give it to them or do we be teases? So you gotta hit that skip forward 45 seconds.
Yep. For several minutes. Mm-hmm. Look, we'll talk about late night and the future of late night and why Stephen Colbert is in the news. We'll talk about all of it. But first, let's talk about Legroom. Something just equally as topical.
Yeah.
I went on a trip to England for less than one day and then up to Scotland for a week. And when you're on these flights, you gotta be concerned if you're of a certain height about legroom.
Yeah.
It's tough traveling on some of these flights when you've got, you're allowed one bag to go in the overhead and one to go underneath the seat in front of you. You want to be able to pack to where you can just put it all in the overhead.
Yeah.
And you have all that extra leg room, but it's frequently impossible, I find, to be able to pull that off. what are your thoughts on legroom on a plane, Evan?
It's near impossible on a long flight like that, or when you're gone anywhere for more than a week, and that sucks because the uses, you can. I mean, hey, you can check your bag if you want, but you can't stay here.
Right. Yeah.
You put something in the overhead, and you got your little extra bag, a purse, a laptop bag, whatever. I've flown with just like because I love the grocery store, just like a plastic grocery bag full of bullshit, and they're fine with that too. But it really, it sucks. Period. It's I don't know.
Yeah.
I've got mixed feel because you can't. I don't know. I'm really at a crossroads with this.
Yeah.
It's just I always need a bag or something under there, and I have long legs, and it sucks. And then there's the okay, well, not a subject change, still talking leg room, but this leads me to one of my concerns. I don't want to leave the plane. We can keep talking planes,
Right.
but in a broad sense, I've found my leg room issue. I'm a people pleaser, and so I do have long legs, and that can cause. I'm a people pleaser, so I do have long legs.
Yeah.
This is facts.
That's what the people want.
I do it to please the people.
You gave it to them.
Give them a little leg. So, there are situations where I'm in a car, in a plane, a bus, a train, and I don't really have enough room for my legs. But that's not what bothers me as much as on planes. And recently I was on a train, and I've been in an automobile. Call me John Candy.
Yeah.
You want to lean back, and I know the plane, it click, it's not that much of a lean back. But when someone in front of me leans back,
yeah,
it sucks.
There's magically leans back way further than any other.
Yes,
seat on the plane.
They always put me behind the broken seat that will just fully lay back, and someone will just fall asleep in front of me. So I essentially never do. I never lean my seat back, and that sucks.
Yeah.
But because I'm worried about the person behind me. And they don't let you do it right up front.
I'm guilty of that. Yeah.
So it's like a mid-flight choice of just like, oh, now that you're settled, how about this?
That eventually, that's I think what happens to me is like, you know what, I gave you your opportunity to get comfortable, but now I've hit my breaking point and I need to recline.
I'm the captain.
The person I always get stuck behind is like, as soon as the plane has finished climbing and we've leveled out, that person as violently as possible thrusts their seat back as like with as much force as they can.
Yeah.
But yeah, what I've encountered is, so when we went to India at the beginning of this year, we paid for like economy plus or whatever the every airline wants to call the same thing something different. Yeah. But we paid for like a step above so that we would have more leg room.
Yeah.
And it was pretty nice. Made a little difference. On this flight to London, we bought like the cheapest tickets possible. And I really missed that extra leg room.
This happened with us on the train where the first leg of it, we got a sleeper car. which is like, you got all the leg room you can want. You can lay the fuck down. And that's nice and all, but that was an hour of our trip, and then we had like another 3 hours with no leg room at all. You don't want the juxtaposition of like, oh, this is worse, and the majority of the trip.
Yeah,
Great.
there was at least like the semblance of like, hey, that trip to India was what, like 6-7 months ago. Maybe I'm just remembering it with rose-colored glasses, that extra legroom. But on the way back from Scotland, we flew one airline from Edinburgh to Boston, and then another airline from Boston to Los Angeles. And the flight to Boston, we got seated in the emergency exit row. Extra legroom.
Yeah.
The flight to Los Angeles, regular seats. And so it was like you had that same thing that you're talking about, of like that juxtaposition right up.
Didn't need it.
Against each other. Didn't like it.
No.
I liked that first one, but
it does.
That second one felt a lot tighter than I think it normally would have.
As a more introverted person, I generally had always gone like, I don't want to sit in the exit row because they'll talk to me individually and be like, you have a special set of skills, sir, and a responsibility to save everyone on this plane. I don't need that. Who am I? A guy who can stretch? I don't need that. But the first...
A guy with rocks for skin?
What am I, a rock? The first time I ever just haphazardly ended up in one of these. And they gave me that short little speech, and you have to say yes. Yes, I will save everyone on this plane. It's so much more legroom. Like, I've really I've become conditioned to sitting in coach because I'm poor.
Yeah. I mean, truly, like, a big part of this story is like, you and I need more money so that we can afford to sit in places that are comfortable.
100%. And that is the cheat code, is you don't have to pay extra to have that responsibility, and it's outrageous. You've got more leg room than they've got up there, and sometimes than in first class. You've just got a whole leg seat in front of you sometimes. Man, it's good. I love it.
Yeah. It's also like, we've talked a little bit about air travel in some other episodes, but it's worse on some of those flights where they make you walk past all the seats with like, the amenities and the extra leg room, and so you see what you're too poor to afford.
Yeah.
And then you go sit in your little sardine slot. But I want to talk about leg room somewhere else, Evan. Because on this trip to London, the reason that we went to London instead of straight to Edinburgh, Scotland, was we saw a little show called The Phantom of the Opera.
Oh, that's cool.
We saw it on the West End, and we bought seats in the very front row.
Jesus.
Right up against the orchestra pit.
Damn, you're going to get hit by this chandelier.
I know. I'm so worried. But the seats in the front row, interestingly enough, a little cheaper than the seats that were about 4 rows back.
I guess I kind of get that. You do want to kind of see the whole stage.
Well, we had a really good view of the stage. We felt like we could see everything. We could even lean forward a little bit, check on the musicians, see how they're doing down there.
Find that
see if there's any phantoms.
There's some parts of the story just kind of being whispered amongst castmates. The rest of those fools can't hear.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, this chandelier is about to come crashing down when you just probably get out of the
way. The reason that those seats are a little cheaper is your legroom is virtually non-existent.
Oh no.
Sitting in the seat, my knees were centimeters from the wall of the orchestra pit.
It sucks.
Great show, great view, but man, that legroom is a little tight.
That's uncomfortable. It's one thing when it's like, I mean, listen, it's all bad, but like when I've had it in a movie theater where it's like an independent movie theater, and it's just like, no, my knees are just touching the seat in front of me.
Yeah.
There is something more unsettling about there being like a centimeter gap of just like,
yeah.
I think because then you've got,
if I move slightly,
you can hit your knee versus always knowing like, listen, I'm uncomfortable, but I'm here.
Yeah.
I don't have the opportunity to accidentally go.
And I felt bad because, curtain call comes around. Everybody's applauding for the cast as they come out to do their bows.
Yeah.
I find also this, I think this is happening more as I get older, but one of the like triggers for me emotionally is like people applauding people coming out for curtain calls.
I get this so much.
I don't know why, but it really makes me emotional to see people like
people getting their flowers after doing something. Yes. Totally the same way. Look, and you can tell everyone else around you is just like, wow, what a good show. And I'm just like, I'm so proud of you guys.
Yeah.
You did it. And I know it wasn't easy.
I'm so proud of you guys. I know it wasn't easy. But even more than that, it's just like, wow. I think maybe this is from us in our current job situation.
Yeah.
But there is something about like, wow, it must be so nice to be recognized for doing something well.
Yeah. Oh God, that's so funny.
Like if you and I at our current, like if every job you had to go and bow at the end,
that'd be great.
To like be like, I did it. Thank you so much.
Give it to me.
It'd be like, instead of a standing ovation, you'd get like a appreciate you.
Yeah.
See you tomorrow. Like,
I'll take the standing O.
Yeah. But anyway, so the curtain call's happening.
Yes.
I've been kind of wedged, like just trying to find anything comfortable for the show.
Yeah.
And everybody else around us gives a standing ovation. And I'm just kind of like, I can't get up onto my feet at this point. I just like, I'm going to have to applaud in the very front row, being the only one of the only people not standing up,
crying.
And I feel bad about it. This haunts me the same way that your Oreo story has haunted you, I think, is like, I wish I had just stood up. But also, okay, this also goes back to people pleasing.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, well, if I stand up, the person behind me is not going to be able to see the cast getting their flowers. So it's, but by not standing, the cast can see me not standing.
Yeah.
And they think I don't like them as much.
Didn't like it enough to stand. Pretty good.
Yeah. I guess the moral of the story is you can't please everyone.
It's true. We can try.
Yep. And be haunted by the ones we didn't.
That's everyday life. What a miserable life. I was going to say an important addition before we move on to late night. Were you aware that Brazil nuts are not actually nuts? They're legrooms.
No, this is news to
That
me.
joke came to me, and that's a joke. Don't get it twisted. That is a
please
joke.
don't go sharing that as like true information.
No, it's a joke. That popped into my head so long ago, and I really felt like I held some form of restraint.
You did. I'm impressed.
That's rare for me.
You want to talk about late night television?
I guess it's time. What a time to be alive.
Yeah, so I'm sure everyone has heard that CBS has canceled The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. They've canceled all of the Late Show franchise.
Yeah.
It's not just that they've fired Stephen Colbert and are looking for a new host, but they've canceled the show. His contract ends in May, and that'll be when his last show is. But there's a lot of other questions.
Yeah.
About what's going on with this story.
What's the deal here?
And we did a late night talk show episode probably 2 years ago at this point. You
right.
all remember.
Yeah.
And so, big shocking news like this comes out. Well, they canceled the top rated late night TV show. What's going on?
I don't know. Potentially political reasons.
They are saying involved. That there's a lot of intrigue is a great way to put it, because I'm sure late night shows are losing money because they work better clipped on YouTube than they do as Nielsen rated shows on network television.
Yeah, which I don't know the exact numbers, but a lot of people just don't have cable anymore, even basic cable, and I can't watch it, so I don't. That's the problem. It's not Stephen Colbert's fault.
Yeah, I mean it's interesting too, given the official reason is that it's too expensive to produce. We're losing $40 to $50 million or something like that a year. And so that's part of it. It's a lot of intrigue coming from the timing. The parent company paid the president of the United States a $16 million settlement for a lawsuit that he filed that was largely considered to be, for a 60 minutes thing, that was largely considered to be industry standard practice. But he didn't like it, so he gets $16 million because he needs, or not him specifically, but his administration needs to approve a merger that the Late Show is trying to go through with Paramount and Skydance trying to merge. They need approval from the Trump administration to complete that merger. Stephen Colbert vocally critical of the $16 million settlement, and then a couple days later is told, you're done.
Yep.
And the president's celebrating on social media to say, I'm so glad that he got fired. And I hope
normal thing to do.
Jimmy Kimmel's next. Yeah.
Totally normal behavior.
Yeah. So there's a lot of intrigue around all of that because Stephen Colbert is the highest rated show of the late night talk show hosts.
Yeah.
Even though I think that the lowest rated show, Seth Meyers' is the best one. But as far as people watching, Stephen Colbert has brought in the most, or brings in the most eyes still.
Yeah.
And then to get the axe anyway before any of the other ones fall is interesting.
Very. I mean, we probably on that episode years ago talked all through that, where I was a huge David Letterman fan, who was the host prior to Stephen Colbert. If you've never heard of him, and maybe you haven't, what do I know?
It's possible, I guess.
It's possible. Like, we were both huge fans of Stephen Colbert from his Daily Show, Colbert Report days.
Absolutely.
Very funny man. Likable fella. He took over that show. I was very happy for him, and then watched the first 2 episodes and was like, it's fine.
Yeah.
Never looked back, to the degree that I didn't realize John Batiste was not his band leader for the last 10 years or something. I was like, I really thought that was still a thing. But there is, when stuff like this happens, there's always going to be people saying, oh man, now we're gonna see him unleashed. He can say whatever he wants, do whatever he wants, until May. And 9 times out of 10, that's not what happens. It's just whatever. But obviously, and I think a lot of people are, with all this hubbub and this news, I have been peeking in, being like, let's see what he's up to. And, it's not like incendiary stuff, but he's having fun. It's noticeably better.
Yeah, that I also peeked in on that on his first show post cancellation announcement.
Yeah.
And it did feel like he kind of was like, okay,
fuck it.
What are you going to do? Fire me again? Yes. It is kind of a weird vibe, but I'm interested to see what happens with it.
Yeah.
Jon Stewart, under the same parent company of Paramount, also kind of unleashed on them a little bit in his show that was the Monday after the cancellation news. We'll see if anything happens to the Daily Show, but all very interesting.
Yeah. It's all insecurity from Paramount because their app sucks. Their streaming service is bad. But they are keeping a stranglehold on Star Trek and South Park and shows that I like.
Yellowstone.
Isn't that not...
Have you watched Yellowstone?
I've watched the first, I want to say 4 seasons of Yellowstone. Yes.
Wow. I've seen a handful of episodes in the break room at work. And kind of been like, why the hell does everybody love this show?
It really started off...
This is corny as hell.
It's very... it's gotten more in that kind of soap opera-y direction. It started off... It was a really good show. I really enjoyed it. And this is when it initially came out, before it became as soon as the news came out that it's just it's Republicans' favorite show. It's the most watched show by Republicans. And then it's the most watched show in the world. It really felt like they started writing it to just be this weird libertarian fantasy. It started getting really bad. So I haven't watched it in a very long time. But I believe, because it's Yellowstone. Yeah, Yellowstone's a Paramount Plus show. It is not on Paramount Plus. This is part of why Paramount Plus is awful. It used to be. They lost the rights to it somehow, and now Yellowstone's on Peacock. It doesn't make any fucking sense. I don't get it. But it makes me laugh. You're a joke.
Yeah. I mean, and what a win for Peacock. Another terrible app.
It's so bad. Get out. Just get out of this race. It's bad. Yeah, I get that leads us as I don't know how it leads us. It led my mind there, though, to the big overarching thing with all the threats and all this. Are we seeing the end of late night? As Taylor Tomlinson hung up the podium.
The After Midnight.
They ended that show, which was not a late night show, but was in place of a late night show, and they've pretty firmly just said, like, yeah, we're not replacing it with we're not going to replace it with a late night show. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
So that's gone. This is gone. They're saying they're not intending to replace it with a different version of a late night show. So, and there's threats now against Jimmy Kimmel and Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah,
what are we seeing here?
I do think I wouldn't say that we're getting to the end of. I think we're getting to the end of it as we know it, but I think that the format and the concepts, I don't think will necessarily go away.
Yeah.
There have been rumors for a long time. It's like almost every year it feels like. Jimmy Kimmel's going to retire this year. Oh, Jimmy Kimmel's going to retire this year.
5 years or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, Jimmy Kimmel, could retire this year. Part of me wonders, like, does Jimmy Kimmel force himself to stay in it just to, like, not to compound the
issue,
the situation that is now happening? I think that, I know Seth Meyers' show has already gone through budget cuts because they cut the live band
I just read that.
Or a year and a half ago.
On Kimmel, right?
On Seth Meyers' show.
Oh, yes, that's band. Right. Okay. Weird.
Yeah, they cut Fred Armisen and his band from the show, so now it's just pre-recorded music. And it is like, I don't really care about the live band and the late night shows. Except, I hope the Roots don't get cut. the Roots, they at least like do something on the show. You know what I mean?
They're
like,
arguably the only good thing about the Tonight Show.
That's a great argument, and one that I think could easily win. But like the music on Colbert's show or Seth's show or Kimmel's show, like, they add an atmosphere, I guess, but as a viewer at home, I don't miss them.
It is
like, or hope that they're there.
Having been unaware that Colbert no longer had John Batiste, and it's this other guy who's a guitar player. Like, this guy's like full on Kevin Eubanks from the old Jay Leno show. Like, just the constant like, wow, and like, ha, 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 just these weird little laughs. Good one.
Well, yeah, John Batiste really like was a vocal person on the show, and often I felt like distracted from the monologue, but like, on Fallon's show, like, Higgins is there to kind of bounce stuff around on, and you can find that annoying or you can find that funny, but it's at least like
something
working with the monologue, whereas I felt like the stuff on Colbert's show is like, here's a 2-ring circus happening. Which one do you want to focus on?
Which you want
to watch? But yeah, I don't know, because Conan has transitioned into podcasting.
Yes.
So could podcasts
and travel shows.
That's true. Mulaney has his Netflix talk show that's not really like about the news, even though it was a live show. It was just kind of about random nonsense, which I liked, to be clear.
Yeah.
But,
that's good.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that people like Colbert and Seth especially, maybe not the two Jimmys as much, but I feel like Colbert and Seth are both people who, like, wouldn't let themselves be completely silenced.
Yeah.
Where, like, I feel like Jimmy Fallon, if his show got canceled, would be like, okay, I'll just find a new, like, album to do, or maybe I'll get back into acting or whatever. Like, but I feel like Colbert and Seth are like, okay, I'm going to maybe I'll get a show on MSNBC or CNN, excuse me, or something like that
for sure,
to still get their voices out there. Yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what happens. You know, if late night goes away, what happens to the Universal Studios Tonight Show ride? What are we gonna do?
I didn't know that existed. Now I gotta ride.
It's at the Orlando Park.
Oh, damn.
It's a race around New York simulator hosted by Jimmy Fallon, Steve Higgins, A.D. Miles, The Roots, hashtag the Panda, and all sorts of your other favorite Tonight Show characters and lore.
Sucks that
I watched a 40-minute YouTube video about it the other day
for a show that I find bad, with a host that I find bad. He's very good at surrounding himself with very talented, funny people. That's annoying. Sure. I forgot 80 Miles had anything to do with this. I like that guy.
Yeah. So I guess I'm interested to see where the late night industry goes from here.
Yeah, podcasting might be just the answer. I mean, video podcasting is essentially a talk show anyways. Like, that's all we're doing.
Yeah. Be nice to see one of them get out there and knock some of the Manosphere podcast bros out of the top spots, so that we have to stop pretending like Andrew Schultz is a person we should give a shit about 100%. In society. But,
I think, every one of them will...
one of the great voices of our time.
So bad. They just, it'd be interesting to see what their format is, because I do think Conan has, like, that format really works for his style. And I loved the old Conan show and liked watching clips from his more recent Conan show, but like this, I feel like this format works better for him and his style. And I don't know that that's what Stephen Colbert would want to do, but he'll do something.
Yeah, I think he'll do something. I mean, I know that before he got the Late Show, he was going to try and do a movie as the Stephen Colbert character. I don't know if it's too late for that now, but what I'm saying is he's had other projects and ideas, so he'll still do something. But it's the other question on everybody's mind is, are vocal critics of the president in the press going to be silenced? And we'll see. Who knows?
I'm just remembering way too fucking late. I do know.
Got a story about Legroom?
No, I do. I know somebody on Colbert's writing staff, and probably easily could have had them on as a guest.
Well, if you want to reach out to them, we can do another episode about it.
Probably not.
We've got things to say.
We got to wrap this up. The only other rogue thought I have that doesn't really fit anywhere, but just occurred to me, which I'm curious about, is if Jimmy Kimmel ever were to retire. As far as I know, like, ABC never had a late night show before Kimmel. Would they?
I don't think so.
They just compared to CBS and NBC, who is so fucking vocal about their late night shows. I feel like ABC has a very, very successful one, but I don't know how they feel about it. Like, would they want to replace him?
I don't know. I think that they might want to replace him. I don't know who they'd replace him with.
Me.
Stephen Colbert.
I mean, it's not unprecedented. That's what happened with David Letterman. So he ended up at late night. So I wouldn't be mad.
There is something to be said about, like, all the late night talk shows are currently in New York, except for Kimmel.
Yeah.
Who's in LA. So there is something to be said about, like, that being, like, the Hollywood quote unquote go-to or staple, and also as a branch of the Disney Corporation.
Mm-hmm.
It's very easy for them to use that as a platform to promote stuff internally with a lot of synergy, if you will.
Yeah.
Whereas the others, like, I guess you could have Universal stuff be promoted at Fallon or Myers' shows, but I think that they may keep Kimmel's on longer, or a version of it, just as a synergy thing for Disney.
Because I've just, maybe I'm misremembering this, but I am, since you reminded me that Disney owns ABC. Remember there was a time, or not, or I'm making this up, where Paul Scheer was doing a fake talk show as Darth Vader. Let's just make that the whole show.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I mean, we do have out there on the interwebs the George Lucas talk show.
That'd be fun. Let's do it.
There's something like that you could do, I guess.
There's a precedence for it.
Yeah.
What Star Wars character would you want to host a late night show?
Ooh, Sebulba.
That's a good one. I was trying to
Jabba and Salacious Crumb as his sidekick.
That'd be good. He's even got a band.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you get Cy Snoodles or whatever that character's name is as the band leader.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
Jabba comes out there, does his monologue. Salacious Crumb off to the side.
This is good. I'm gonna have to rewatch this because I looked it up and it's called After Darth. That's funny.
That's funny.
And he has Lobot dancing on it. It's quality stuff. Anyways, that's all.
And that's all for this episode, really, except for the quiz we're going to take later. If you enjoyed this, if you want to pressure Evan into asking someone from the Colbert writing staff to be a guest on this podcast,
or if you want to pressure me to buy more blueberry pie Oreos and share them with all of Stater Brothers.
If you want a blueberry pie Oreo, the way to get it is through Evan, and the way to get to Evan is through this podcast. You can find it anywhere that you get your podcasts, and rate and review and comment and subscribe, all those things, or check us out on our social media. You can find us on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube at HowDoWeHuman, or you can send us an email to howdowehumanpod@gmail.com and ask us for an Oreo that way. And by us, I mean strictly Evan. Are you ready to take this quiz, Evan?
I'm so ready. I could burst.
As a reminder, you're really close to 100 points.
Yeah.
It's going to still take 2 episodes to get there.
I'm so close. The police are coming.
That's right.
You're too close.
You have 93 points, Evan.
I don't think I did remember that I was that close.
You are. I have 88. So you have a comfortable lead.
No, that's not that comfortable.
It's pretty comfortable. From where I'm sitting, you feel miles away.
Okay. But like Sebulba to Ben Quadraneros. You might have fucked with my pod racer here. I'm just going to blow the fuck up right at the end here.
Well, that'd be great news for me. Let's see how this goes. Question number 1. In which century was Mary, Queen of Scots, executed? 15th, 18th, 14th, or 16th?
Now, let's remember that in a recent episode, I had to like really do some mental leaps to be like, what is the 21st century?
It's true.
You
really struggled with what centuries are.
I've got to guess.
Let's also go ahead and remember I was just in Scotland.
Ah, fuck.
We went to a museum.
Shit.
Of Scottish history.
Bullshit.
There was a thing there that had Mary, Queen of Scots on it. The only thing that I remember for sure from this exhibit is when my wife pointed to a photo, or a painting rather, of Mary, Queen of Scots and said Saoirse Ronan played her in the movie, and I went, that's good casting. That is all I remember for sure.
Pointed at a painting and said, that's 14th century art right there. I've got a guess.
I'm between two.
I've got a guess.
And I have my guess as well. I feel 50-50. I feel like I'm either picking... I feel like I'm having the century issue that you are in terms of like... Or that you did in terms of like... It's either this because that number is in the century thing, or it's this other one because that one covers the years that have that same number at the beginning.
Okay.
So I'm going to let you go first here, Evan.
God, now the more I think about it, I don't like it. I'm just going to say it, though, the 16th.
That's what I'm going to say as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, we're smart.
And it is correct.
I'm going to cut out all the...
cut out us panicking there.
Okay. In music, how is Harry Webb better known? Cliff Richard, David Essex, Elton John, or Tom Jones?
Boy,
I got a guess.
Yeah, I have a guess that I think is wrong. But I'm only picking it because I know for sure that the name on that I'm picking is not this person's birth name. That's the only reason I'm choosing it.
All right. I'm saying Tom Jones.
Okay, I'm saying Elton John.
Let's go.
It was Cliff Richard. So that's a wash for us both. Hey, here's a question with a word I'm going to fuck up.
Wow, that's a rough one.
By what name is acetylsalicylic salicylic?
Yeah.
I think so. By what name is that acid more commonly known? Paracetamol, ibuprofen, penicillin, or aspirin?
It's going to sound weird. I might know this. And if I'm wrong, I'll cut out saying that. I got a guess. I have an educated guess.
I'm between two.
Oh, fuck. Now I'm doubting myself.
Yeah.
Shit.
I'm going to lock in my answer. I think.
I'm changing my answer.
Ooh, spicy.
Yeah, and I think I'm right.
Okay.
So you go first.
I'm picking penicillin.
I'm picking ibuprofen.
Oh, what were you at originally?
Aspirin.
Just out of curiosity. Okay, that was the other one I was between. Fuck. And that was what we both should have gone with.
Damn it. I just knew ibuprofen's acetaminophen. So I was like, my first instinct was right, though. That sucks. Also, I can't remember it off the top. All I know, though, a couple questions ago, Elton John, his real name is like Wild. Not Ulysses, but something.
Okay, all I remember is in the trailer for Rocket Man.
Yes.
Him being like, I think I'm gonna go by Elton. And then, like, his friend Elton is like, but that's my name. That's all. That was how I just know that was not his original name.
I've mixed up a few things. His original name is Reginald Kenneth Dwight.
Oh, I do feel like I knew his name.
I was thinking Reginald. Of his fake middle name, which is Hercules. Sir Elton Hercules John. Which American city was originally home to both the Padres and the Chargers? San Diego, Los Angeles, Phoenix, or Las Vegas?
Look, I think I know this, but unless there's a lot of extra sports history and I didn't know both of these teams moved to this other city, I don't know. But I'm picking
possible
San Diego.
I am also staying classy in San Diego.
All right, we both get that.
Weird way to word it, considering the Padres are still in San Diego.
That's why I was like, did they move from somewhere?
Odd.
In music, which is the lowest male voice? Tenor, bass, baritone, or soprano? I would imagine you know this 100%.
I should know this 100%, and I'm mildly doubting myself, but yes, I believe.
All right, I think I have.
I'm really.
I think I have less knowledge about this, but I have my answer.
All right, it's probably the same answer. You go for it.
Well, don't be so sure.
All right,
but I'm picking bass.
I'm picking bass.
Okay, we both get that correct.
I'm just never sure what a
there in the middle,
is.
But yeah, I know. It felt rough there in the middle, but we actually both got 3 points. Hey. It didn't really feel like it when we were taking the test, but that does put me at 91 points and Evan at 96.
Holy shit.
There is a world where Evan finishes this test next episode.
There's a world. It could happen.
So stay tuned. See if Evan hits 100 points next episode. That will then tie each of us as having reached 100 points first.
Yeah.
It will be 1-1, and we'll have to do another race to 100 point tiebreaker.
Do you think the crowd at the Late Show has legroom?
That's a great question. I think so. I think that theater is big enough to where they have legroom.
Okay. Because I'm going to need some legroom.
I don't think that they have... I don't think they have as much legroom at Jimmy Kimmel Live or Late Night with Seth Meyers. Yeah. And I'm not sure about the Tonight Show.
Okay. Glad we...
Anyway, go ahead and hit your punchline.
I'm going to need everyone to have a lot of Fuck. I'm going to need everyone to have a lot of leg room so I can get by.
Oh.
Okay. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.